meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the November 2nd, 2025 edition of Open Mic America. I'm Rich Fassler, your MC for tonight's show, and I'm joined by Mike Simpson, tonight's interviewer, Laura Bordowitz, tonight's engineer, and Capo Dave Williams, the founder of the show and the creator and builder of Dandy Hybrid Guitars, which you'll hear more about later. Our mission at Open Mic America is to support your local open mics, where you can go and see songwriters performing their original music in person. Tonight, thanks to Zoom technology, we can travel all around the country and see those same performers in their own homes. Without gimmicks, without frills, this is the DNA of American music, the tapestry of story and song that's been weaving us together for generations. So, get comfortable, and I'll introduce tonight's performers. By the way, you can find links to their work on our website and on this YouTube video. Tonight's show features H. Andrew from Englewood, New Jersey, Norm Bowen from Alameda, California, Dennis Roger Reed from San Clemente, California, Robert Edgar from Sunnyvale, California, Mike Simpson from Saratoga, California. I think all of California is playing on tonight's show. Teeyum Smith from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Cowboy Rex from Phoenix, Arizona, and Rich Scher from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So let's start tonight's show with our first performer, H. Andrew from Englewood, New Jersey. He says he's played one virtual open mic, but never played an in-person open mic, but he goes to an in-person open mic at Maureen's Jazz Cellar in Nyack, New York. But tonight, we are lucky to have him on board here at Open Mic America, and he's going to play for us. So H. Andrew, you're on. You need to unmute. That's it. You're good.
I want to thank Open Mic America for giving me the opportunity to play. I'm going to play two original songs. The first song is called Close Your Eyes. Close your eyes, my baby. See a world you've never ever seen before. Close your eyes, my darling. Come with me and you and I'll explore. Just like Virginia, she's sitting in the corner of her room. She can take it anywhere, hidden in her very own cocoon. It's a part of me, or it's a part of you. It's something that you and I should do. It's a part of me, it's a part of you. Come and take my hand now. Walk with me past the dizzy and dazzling displays into a core of darkness where you and I will find our way. We can be invisible, like the world beneath the sea. We're floating on the surface, and Thank you. The next song is another original song called Falling on Me. Oh, won't you tell me which way I should go? Stuck in the middle, in a place I just don't know. When I turn around, all that I see those shadows, they're all following me. Echoes in the air, angels everywhere. Lights glinting through the trees, they're all falling on me. Oh, they're all falling on me. Pick up the pieces, oh, they're scattered all around. Find every fragment hidden in the ground. When I stand and stop and close my weary eyes, I see the images, oh, they all start to rise. Echoes in the air, angels everywhere. Lights glinting through the trees, they're all falling on me. Peel off the layers, one by one they go, standing all alone on that never-ending road. And in the distance, across the steel blue sea, I see they all fall back into history. Echoes in the air, angels everywhere. Lights glinting through the trees, they're all falling on me. Echoes in the air, angels everywhere. Lights glinting through the trees, they're all falling on me.
Great sounding song. All right, let me pass you on over to Mike Simpson now so we can learn a little bit about you and your songs.
Pop up there. All right, Mr. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Close your eyes. The singing style and something in the combination of the sort of back and forth of the guitar rhythm and the lyrics against each other makes me want to ask, who do you call your influences in terms of songwriting?
Yeah, pretty much the three are Bob Dylan, Neil Young, and Paul Simon. I mean, those really, for me, are the ones that musically and lyrically put the two together.
Okay. I definitely heard...
I mean, musically, the Rolling Stones, production-wise, but lyrically, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely heard Robert Zimmerman there in that one, Bob Dylan, in that song, and that's why I was mainly why I asked that question. Where do your lyrics source from? In other words, I'm asking something about how they get written. Where do they come from initially, and how does your writing progress with the lyrics?
Right. I mean, in general, or just these two songs?
In general, and then you can give us specifics.
Actually, okay, so the first song, Close Your Eyes, is a paraphrasing a phrase from a Virginia Woolf novel that I read in college.
it stuck with. I mean, and then 30 years later, I wrote the song, but it stuck with me. So I'm really sort of like paraphrasing the phrase from "To the Lighthouse." So I took some things from it, and it resonated. The second song, musically, just start out with the rhythm, the melody, and then come in with the lyrics.
All right, then. That's good. Your second song, what's the title of it? Is it Echoes?
Falling on Me.
Falling on Me. Okay, right. Yes, that is. So, where was that sense? I mean, the song definitely has this sense of being lost and of being broken. And what events?
Yeah, it's a song. I guess you can sort of say it's a song that, how much are we tied to our past? How much can we break away from our past and start anew? So you're sort of like stuck in it's like a human condition. We're sort of stuck in the middle. This is like, I personally, everybody deals with it personally. You have a history, you have a past, you have a legacy, and then do you decide to continue that, or do you decide to break from that and start something new, or something in between? So that's sort of like, the gist of that song. And falling on me are just, all the stuff from the past, the echoes and all the stuff falling on you. And you have to decide which way you're going to go.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. So, in general, would you say that you write the lyrics first in songs, or the chording, or the... where do you start, and then what comes later?
I get a guitar riff going, I get a rhythm going, and then I'm sort of getting a melody, and then I put the lyrics to it. It's sort of like, then it becomes a game, because I got to fit that lyric, into that melody and into that riff. Sort of like, a puzzle. I got to put that right in. So, 2 consonants, 3 consonants. That's usually how it works. I take like the second song, it was very slow tempo. I did it 4 or 5 years ago, and I decided it was just too slow. So I really changed the rhythm, changed the riff, changed the key, and just made it more driven, more like a propulsive sound,
Right. Cool. Well, great stuff. You have played on Open Mic America before, yes?
First time.
This is first time. Okay. Well, I hope it isn't the last time, man. Because, eventually I hope you're going to let us know what's in that cabinet behind you. It's kind of ominous back there. Is Narnia in there?
It's the toy, my kids' toys from 30 years ago. They're all buried in there.
No, you're talking about dealing with your past. There it is.
Exactly.
All right in
there you go.
There you go. All right. I'd say I hope that we see you again. And I'm going to hand it back over to Rich.
Well, I've just got to say this: if that is filled with your kids' toys from 30 years ago, you probably have gold in there. There's probably some some toys that are worth a lot of money.
Right.
Anyway, so moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, we are going to a lovely little island off of the California coast. Well, it's not far off. We're going to Alameda, California, and we're going to listen to Norm Bowen, who performs at the Fireside Lounge in Alameda and the Front Porch in Lafayette, California. So, Norm, take it away.
Thanks, Rich. Okay. I'm going to sing a song based on a true story. This is a story about a Ukrainian Jew who fled the Ukraine with her family after World War I. She was raised in Palestine. In her 20s, she was deported for political protest and sought refuge in France. After the German occupation of France in 1940, she was rounded up to be sent to the death camps. This is the true story of Mira, thrice deported. This is a long song. I'm going to sing one song. Her family fled the Ukraine at the end of the Great War. Pogroms spread like fire, Jews were murdered as before. Terrorized and slaughtered, blamed for every woe. Staring down extinction, they felt they had to go. Jewish self-defense facilitated their escape, transported them to Palestine, eluding the red tape. The Ottoman surrendered, replaced by British rule. Palestine a mandate, a League of Nations tool. In Palestine they prospered, self-reliance was the rule. Mira learned the needle trades and went to Hebrew school. But she came to hate the British, their imperial decree. They had no intention to ever set the people free. Mira joined the communists to fight the British rule, to unite the Jews and Arabs against a foe so cruel. She was told to leave the mandate, threatened with arrest, booked passage on a boat to France, hoping for the best. She had been dreaming about Paris, about fashion and design, and hoped to have her own boutique, her own clothing line. In France they welcomed communists, in France they welcomed Jews, and France was on the list from which she had to choose. The comrades all embraced her when she docked on Gallic shores. She quickly joined the party and met a paramour. Soon after that they married and raised a family. She apprenticed to a fashion house, dreaming of autonomy. War broke out in Europe, Paris, German occupied. Her husband joined the underground, the nation did divide. Mira had her own boutique on the Rue Chaussée d'Antin, and came up with a subterfuge, a simple secret plan. When the order came from the French police, she did not wear the star, counting on her husband's name to protect her from afar. She sent their child to safety away in Switzerland. She was turned in by a neighbor, perhaps it was a friend. She was rounded up in 42 by the French gendarmerie. On orders of the Nazis, the compliance of Vichy. They crowded 13,000 in the winter Velodrome. 4,000 of them children, families picked up from their homes. Adults with no dependents sent to Drancy transit camp. Families held for 5 long days in the stadium, hot and cramped. No food or sanitation in this brutal summer blitz. The children separated, sent to their death at Auschwitz. Bust away from Paris, Mira landed at Drancy. Sewing skills then saved her life, assigned to the laundry. For 2 years convoys came and went, no time to catch their breath. 64,000 Jews sent riding to their death. One day her name was listed on the convoy manifest. A friend in the railroad office switched names at her behest. But Mira's train was grounded, railway workers went on strike. The Nazis fled and burned the files at the end of the German Reich. Paris liberated in August 44. The Allies taking Drancy just the week before. Reunited with her husband, discharged from the Maquis. With their daughter back from Switzerland, the miracle to be free. She reopened the dress shop on the Rue Chaussée d'Antin, a busy garment district teeming with artisans. She always kept her distance from her neighbors and her friends. She never trusted anyone or knew who turned her in. We lived next door to Mira for 10 years near the end. Opinionated, feisty, a dear devoted friend. She never abandoned Palestine to peoples and their rights, both dreaming of a homeland at the end of darkest night. The government afforded her a lifetime railway pass, military hospitals, healthcare all first class, an annual cure at a luxury spa that she always got for free. She died before the reparations given to deportees. We asked how she could stand a place that sent her off to die. A land that hid its guilt, a land that lived a lie. She would brook no accusation against her adopted land. The racism and sexism she dismissed with sleight of hand. She said, here I met my husband, raised my family, learned design. I practiced my profession, I was free to speak my mind. She said, this is my country, I will always stay. It took me in when other nations all turned me away. It took me in when other nations all turned me away.
Wow.
Wonderful, wonderful.
My goodness.
That
Wonderful song, Norman.
was a great
Wonderful.
song. Okay.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me. It's still hard for me to sing it. I just wrote it a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, it came over loud and clear. Just a beautiful song. Let me pass you over to Mike.
All right. Here we all are again. Norman Bowen, I'm going to let me preface this by saying this isn't the interview technique I might take with some people, but I know Norm pretty well. And I know he lives in Alameda, which means he's a really cool dude. So here we go. True story. Whenever I hear that, I always wonder how much isn't true in a story. And I don't detect anything that raises any suspicion for me. You don't color the things that are in there. Generally speaking, you don't approve or disapprove of what's happening one direction. Either you just tell it straight. So what I want to know is, writing like that is not easy. How did you sustain your interest in writing the song through that many verses of that heavy stuff?
Well, I had to cut a lot of stuff. She had a portrait painted by Pablo Picasso, who was also a communist. Unfortunately, and my son asked her, she said, well, Meme, that's grandmother in French, Meme, who's that picture on the wall? So there's some other good stuff I had to leave out. It's down to this. It's too long. I understand that. But it's a story. I left in everything I thought was necessary to the story to make it real. And I don't want to make it into abstractions. I didn't want to talk about pogroms without telling people what it's like, because, frankly, there are people who don't know what a pogrom is. Right. There are people who don't know that France was complicit in the German destruction of 75% of French Jews. I mean, it just goes on, and the whole issue of Palestine. There are people who don't understand that there were Jews who fought for the Palestinians as well. There's just a lot of stuff that people don't know, and this is a story I wanted to tell it. I wanted to tell it as hard as I could. I wanted to hit people over the head with stuff, and to get the story. It's true because, first of all, we heard it all from Mira. She was our neighbor for 10 years, like I said in the song, when we lived in France in the 70s and 80s. This would have been in the 1980s. And then I corroborated all of it with Holocaust archives.
That's a lot of work, and it resulted in a very good song. I literally applaud you for doing that. Now, I do songwriting coaching, and I know a lot of songwriting coaches, and I know that we all have a tendency, when we encounter something that's more than three verses, a chorus, and a bridge, to advise someone to compress. Did you have any temptation beyond what you already did to compress it? I mean, you already have. You left out the thing about the painting.
Well, part of the problem with going to open mics is there are a lot of open mics that limit you to songs for 5 minutes or less. So, like one of the ones that I go to out in Lafayette, California, I kidded her because I have a CD out, and at least half the songs on the CD go more than 5 minutes, probably. Right. A lot of story songs. Also, on the CD, there are detailed story songs. There's a murder song that goes for about the worst one is worst one in terms of the length, which is 8.5 minutes on the CD. This one I probably ran about 9 the way I sang it today. It's a true story of the massacre by John C. Fremont and American soldiers acting in our name against Native Americans up in Northern California, right in our own state.
Right.
It's just an outrage, and these things. This is illegal. What I would like. I'd like to go to West Point and try to sing my song about Fremont to West Point, because it's probably illegal to sing stuff like that there. I mean, that's where we are. So. Yes, I understand the need for smaller songs. I've sung shorter songs on your show, Open Mic America, mostly shorter songs. But so far I haven't been able to figure out how to shorten this and do justice to the story, which is complex and it's complicated. In France, anyway, this story. People would know all the things I'm talking about in France, but there's a debate over them. The degree of complicity of Jews to their own destruction, the level of French responsibility for what happened to Jews and the communists and gays and others in France, that's still really, really a hot button issue. It should be a hot button issue here. I believe that workshops and teach-ins on anti-Semitism and the history of anti-Semitism should be required in America, starting at the White House, which is full of neo-Nazis.
Yep. Don't disagree. So again, with my songwriting coach hat on, one of the things I like about the song is the mix of direct, simple language with elevated terminology. You have a lot of elevated language. You put some French in there, Paramore and other words like that. I really like that. It's really well. For whom have you played this song? Who's heard it?
Well, I've played it for all of the. No, I haven't played it for Front Porch, which I told Rich about, because they have a 5-minute limit. So I'd have to go one month and then come back the second month. If I do it in song circles, I do divide it in two, and I'll do it one turn, and then I'll sing the second half in the second turn. But at Fireside, I played the whole thing for them, and they were very, very supportive.
That's nice. Yeah, and then again, technique-wise, there's one just kind of genius moment in there. Again, this is me as an admirer of good songwriting. That connection that you make with the first third of the song and the last third of the song by having the line about her not knowing who turned her in later on in the song really helps to pull a long song together when you do something like that. It's just a compliment.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. And then, of course, the necessary thing that you have to have in any songwriting workshop is the teacher has to give you a song starter for another song. And I think that this song has some stuff in it that you left out that you don't need to leave out of a second song. You could write one called May, who is that picture on the wall?
Yeah. Well,
I'll look.
I don't know what happened to it, because she's gone, and her child, the daughter, is also gone. So I don't know. I would have to track it. I'd have to track down the grandchildren, and I don't know. I don't currently have. I don't currently have contacts with them.
Yeah, you might not need to for that song. That song could be a little pun on Picasso, maybe a little more abstract in its construction. Anyway, brilliant stuff, man. Always like hearing you. Hope we'll meet again, and I'll get to hear May. Who is that picture of?
Thank you, Mike.
Rich, back to you, man.
All right, thank you, Mike. We are now headed down to Southern California. We're going to San Clemente, California, to hear Dennis Roger Reed, who performs on Fiddler's Crossing on Wednesday nights. But tonight is Sunday night, and he's here on Open Mic America. So, Dennis, take it away.
Grandpa taught me guitar on his D18. Said you tune it up, black diamond strings. Y'all can't afford a Martin if you have to ask. Well, it costs what it costs when it's built to last. Well, I learned to drive on his old John Deere. He said that old tractor will run for 100 years. Well, it's paid off now. Don't run so fast. Well, it costs what it costs when it's built to last. Said me and Grandma, we fight sometimes. Love runs steep, but it's worth the climb. You gotta leave old problems in the past. Love costs what it costs when it's built to last.
I love it. Great words. Great words.
Yeah.
I'm going to add 6 more strings. Twice the chance for mistakes. Or twice as pretty. I think I know a lot more than you think I do without knowing. Like where you're going to when you're not really going. I got ears that hear and eyes that can't help but see. Now come on now, darling, please lie to me. Please lie to me. There's so much I don't want to know. Please lie to me. I don't care where you go, as long as you lie to me. I think I know a lot more about the truth than you do. That's what I'm thinking. Well, you can look me in the eye and lie without even blinking. I got ears that hear and eyes that can't help but see. Now come on now, darling, please lie to me. Please lie to me. There's so much I don't want to know. Please lie to me. I don't care where you go, as long as you lie to me. Well, I know enough to know enough is enough without blinking. I'll sacrifice my love to keep our love from sinking. I got ears that hear and eyes that can't help but see. Now come on now, darling, please lie to me. Please lie to me. There's so much I don't want to know. Please lie to me. I don't care where you go, as long as you lie to me.
Yeah. Great tune. Great tune. Okay. Dennis, let me move you on over to Mike so we can learn a little bit more about you and your songs.
All right, Dennis Roger Reed. That first song has something in it that I would wish that if I could, I would imitate. I don't think I can do that kind of stuff very well, but that's a beautifully painted picture of a person and a time, and with everything, person and time, laid out so cleanly in their place. That's great. And of course I empathize because I got my driver's license as a young fellow at the age of 14 in Kansas, because you could do that back there, which was great being a freshman in high school and having a car. But in California. The other thing that grabbed me on that is I too drove a John Deere for the first thing I ever drove, and then that was cool. So tell me about that picture. How does that song come about?
I can't say for sure. I had two grandfathers, and one of them died about 15, 20 years before I was born. So my other grandfather was a farmer. Both of them were farmers. So I'm sure there's truth in it, but it's not my truth necessarily. I had a verse about learning to shave with a mug and brush. And I had that for probably 6 or 8 months. And I started writing another verse to it, and I ended up thinking to myself, that verse doesn't belong. And I'm kind of proud of that song because it's only 3 verses, no chorus, no bridge, and I agree with you. It does have a setting and a place, and it's kind of visual in a sort of abstract kind of way because we all know about tractors. We may not know the difference between a John Deere and some of the other brands, Massey Ferguson or something, but we have an idea. And I don't remember if anybody in my family used that phrase, but it sounds like something my family would say. You get what you pay for.
Yeah. Yeah, and those things do run for a long time. Yeah. Okay, now the second one. Dude, that's a monster hook. That Please Lie to Me. That's just a grabber. Did the song start with the hook?
Sort of, kind of. That's the newest song. You're not supposed to play your newest songs. That's my newest song. I got most of it right. It's hard when you play a new song and you've edited. Your brain goes back to maybe the second edit when you're playing when it should be the fourth edit or whatever. But,
I know.
actually, I was saying something to my wife about this the other day. Some songs write themselves once you have the title. And this was Don't Lie to Me for a while. And I went, wait a minute, let's turn this on its head, because that's a lot of country music does that. Take an old homily and just move the words around. So yeah, once I had that, and then initially it was and I recorded it that way, a demo, and then the next day I found that rhythm. And I recorded it right away because I was afraid I'd forget that rhythm. So it went through that incarnation. I think it suits the song better, and I like it. I write a lot of songs, and I know there's children, you're supposed to like them equally, but I don't. Some of them I don't care for at all. But I like this song. That's why I played it even though it was new.
Yeah. And also in the late middle of that song, there was another phrase in there that grabbed me, that I felt like it was one of those validating lines that we get, that come to us when we're writing, that continue restate and continue the mood of the song. The line, the eyes that can't help but see. That's a good line. That's a good line. That really moved it along for me. All right, what are you doing in terms of recording and stuff? You got anything in the pot?
Yeah, I've done 5 solo CDs and played in bands for the last 50 years. Made tens and tens of dollars, and I've got a CD that'll probably come out sometime in the spring. I don't know if CDs are these silver things that have data on them. And
that's where somebody streamed it onto a vinyl record, and then the electronics shrank it to the small silver thing. Yeah.
Interestingly, CDs aren't dead in Europe. They're very much the mana. You submit to radio stations with real, a CD, and so like many people, I'm certainly haven't made any money at it, but I'm a critic's darling in Europe compared to in America, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. I also like that a lot of airplay in Canada and Australia, and both those countries have limits foreign artists. I think Canada at the time, it was 80% of what was on the radio had to be Canadian artists, of which I am not. So that stuff's kind of cool. My website, DennisRogerReed.com, it's just an egotistic thing because it's just all reviews. And I put bad reviews in there too, but luckily, as I say, I've got a little bit of a following, especially in Belgium and in the Netherlands, and they say some nice stuff, and it makes me warm in my heart.
Yeah, when I was doing that, I do a little research on everybody on the show, and I noted I got sent to I got a link that sent me to a Belgian, I guess, reviewer that was very clearly very fond of your music.
Yeah, I love the line, Dennis Roger Reed is not a household name in the United States, but he should be.
There you go.
That's
Well,
my
maybe
best
someday,
way.
man. Keep making those CDs. You know, when you make a 6th CD, your next one has to be your greatest hits album. So
Actually, I kind of did that the last one. I did the scrape the closet thing, old tracks that I hadn't released, or put new vocals on songs other people had recorded the vocal on. I used the tracks and put my vocal on. But a cool thing happened in the very end of 2020. I started writing songs, and I can't stop. I've been a songwriter for a long time, but only when the muse. But I've written, gosh, probably 60 to 80 songs in the last 5 years. And so the one that I've already have in the can is all original stuff that's been written in the last 2 or 3 years, which is kind of exciting for me because I'm old, and I kind of thought that maybe I was done writing songs about 5 or 6 years ago when I hadn't done it for a while.
yeah, no, it comes back and bites you again. If you honor it, if you honor the gift, it'll come back and bite you again. Yeah. All right. Well, nice talking with you, man. You've done this show before or not?
Once, yes.
Once, right. I don't think I saw you on that particular show, but I'm
It's
glad I saw
archived.
you on this. Yeah, I'm glad I saw you on this one. Please, contact Dave and see if you can get on again. I'd like to hear more of your stuff.
Great, thank you so much.
Great fun. Thank you. And so, Rich, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you, Dennis. And hey, yeah, come back and play a lot on Open Mic America, and then you can become a household name in America. All right, we now are moving to lovely Sunnyvale, California, in the Bay Area, South Bay, and we're going to listen to a guy who's no stranger to Open Mic America, part of our staff, Robert Edgar. And tonight he's going to be one of our performers. And he performs at Capello's in Redwood City and Free Wheel Brewing in Redwood City as well. So, Robert, you are on.
Hello, all. Well, let's see. I've got a couple songs I'll share tonight. This is a fairly new song I'll start with, called Stoplight Moon. Well, I was flying there to everywhere, near your bush and near the sun. Try it once more. I was flying here to everywhere, near your bush and near the sun, through the shadows by the bait shop and the evening rain that's done. I was rising with the fireflies that never rise too soon. And I never thought to pause until I saw that stoplight moon. Well, I saw the silver flying fish turn bluish from the sea, and I heard the clicks of Dungeness as they tore some fish flesh free. I cast my net at butterfrogs, but made mine move too soon. The splash sent waves of circles round that laughing stoplight moon. Well, my table lamp was passing lumps of charges through its wires, and all the snakes were screaming to appease those pine night fires. My guitar bit my fingers when I tried to play the tune that I heard when I first touched the spell cast by that stoplight moon. Stoplight, dark moon. Stop, dark moonlight. Dark moon. Stoplight. I called the stoplight moon. Thank you. Thanks. Going to change guitars here. I hope this works. Okay. This song I wrote during COVID, and that is the time that it's about. And it's called Days and Days, and it's got a chorus, and I would ask anyone who feels like it to sing along. And of course, I can't hear you, and no one else will hear you. So if we do a lot of harmonies, no one will hear a harmony. But that's exactly the way it was. And if you were around when COVID was around, and you may well have been, you may remember just that feeling. Jenny at the fire in the living room. Jenny at the shadows on the wall. Jenny pulls the sheet a little closer, chokes down another sip of muscatel. Days and 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 days, days and 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 days. Mother stacks another book beside her with all the scribbles past the California. A steaming cup of tea is on the table, and another book is warm by her right arm. Days and 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 days, days and 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 days. outside a siren on the rocks calls. The old brick house stares at young Delilah as she moves between the oven and the chair. It's seen so many people who have walked there. Delilah pulls a comb up through her hair. Days and 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 days.
Great sound on that 12 string. All right, Robert, let me pass you on over to Mike.
All right, unmute myself there. Robert. Okay, so fair cop, I always like to let people know. Robert and I have known each other for some time, and he is also a staff member with Open Mic America, and he's our kind of our number one interviewer. And I just want to say, on the first song, I have to ask, the chord series in that.
Yep.
Is that work that's being done in your brain by your rather considerable understanding of music theory, or is that just a thing that rolled out by ear? What's going on with that?
Usually I'll start a piece and I'll start putting it together, and I'll listen to it and I'll say, that sounds like other pieces I've done. And I'll go in and I'll take it apart and I'll change it, and then I'll go back and I'll listen to it, and I keep pushing it away. It's a question I always had about jazz, where you improvise and you say the truth is the first thing you play. And I found that, in my case at least, the habitual is the first thing I play. And same with writing or whatever. Here I did go back and stay away from the going to the seventh and the 1-4-5. I took the 4 and 5 and brought them back, both up a half step, so that it doesn't really end. It doesn't really close each time. It stays up there. I mean, sometimes I'll bring it back down, but often it just stays there. Is that an answer? It starts one way, and then I go in.
It's a very good answer, yeah.
Yeah, and then I futz with whatever ideas and sounds I have to change it up. My son listened to it. I played it. Robin played some drums, some percussion on it, and he listened to it and he goes, "Oh, that's another song that you wrote." He goes, 4/4, huh? So I have to take another look, and I've been thinking of changing some of the meters in it.
All right. So it's still on the wheel. Being
It's still
formed.
4/4. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad to hear it. The playfulness in the song, which is continuous throughout, Um, I really like the way you capture that again very solidly with the outro. Stoplight, dark moon, stop, dark moonlight, dark moon, stoplight. You know, I mean, that's you're just gaming there, you know, and that's really cool. I really dug that.
Oh, thanks. That, yeah, it was certainly meant to be amusing.
Yeah.
Amuse me and amuse anyone who hears it.
Yes. Instead of an amuse bouche, it's an amuse oreille, you know. The second song, to me, really tossed me back to some of the earliest times when I first became fascinated with songwriting, and to the very first time that I was ever in a fairly large but interesting workshop on songwriting at Stanford by Richard Thompson was the songwriting teacher, and this song reminds me very much of something like might have come out of that workshop, because that song could I could take that song and your charts and hand it to I can't remember the name of the band, to Pentangle, and they could have played that song and made a Pentangle band song out of it, and no one would have flinched, you know, at it. You know, it's really right there. And so I what do you think about that as an evaluation?
Well, I think that's very nice. Fairport Convention may be who you were thinking of with Richard Thompson. Although I'll take Pentangle or Fairport Convention
Fairport
any
would
day.
do it too. Yeah, Fairport would do it too, but that's a little more of the slightly left of center kind of thing that Pentangle would do. I thought of, yeah.
I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
What I like about it is that the music and the lyrics are just of one cloth in it, and then the days and days, the hook in it is just right for sitting alone in your house for a couple years. I mean, it's very much what it was. It reminds me. It takes me back to that moment very, very quickly.
Right. And then the other thing I have to ask, you know me, nitpicker, how did you choose the women's names?
I took them out of the air.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Awesome.
I didn't have. There isn't a Jenny or a Margot or a Delilah that I was thinking of.
All right. Well, that's certainly allowed, if not actually required. It's certainly encouraged, you know. Robert, great stuff. I'm glad to hear it. I hope, is this stuff getting laid down on an album?
Oh yeah, they're all. Well, the Days and Days is on an album I put out some time ago, because I wrote that in 2020. So I have my site on. Where's it? Bandcamp is just Robert Edgar. You know, Bandcamp, Robert Edgar, Robert Edgar Bandcamp, I guess .com. So there's about 12 albums up there from back as far as the 70s. So early 70s. So anyone.
What a shame you're not prolific.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that prolific. I just damned keep going.
Yes. Yeah.
So far, I keep dragging that chain.
And the first song I wanted to say, one image that it sparked in me early on. Have you ever run the grunion?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Grunion are little fish down in Southern California. They
right. I
appear
do
in
know.
masses on the Southern California coast, and you go down and you scoop them out, and you scoop them out, and you scoop them out, and then you get the buttermilk and the cornmeal and the great big iron frying pan with the oil, and you fry them up and you eat them right there.
Great. I love
fun.
that.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to. I know that I will be welcoming you back not in too very long, and so here you are back to Rich.
Take care. Thank you.
Certainly.
All right, and I would just like to say that the Grunion don't think that's a very fun thing to do. I mean, who speaks for the Grunion? We'll leave it at that.
Well, given what they're there to do, and the fact that they perish rather immediately after that, I think they dig it all right.
If you say so. As a vegan, I'm not buying it. Okay, let's move on. All right, so here we are halfway through tonight's excellent show with 4 more great performers in the wings, and you're wondering, how can this get any better? Well, guess what? How about a chance to win one of the coolest new acoustic guitars around? The Dandy Hybrid guitar, designed and built by none other than our own Capo Dave Williams, Open Mic America's founder. Getting a chance to win one is super easy. Everyone who performs or helps produce an OMA show gets a ticket with their name on it dropped into the official fishbowl for a drawing that's going to be held next month. That's right, next month in December. Perform or be a host on one or more of our Open Mic America shows, and you could win your very own handcrafted Dandy Hybrid guitar. So you may be asking, what is a Dandy Hybrid? Well, it's an acoustic guitar, but it's very unique in design and projects a very distinctive sound. If I'm not mistaken, Robert actually played a Dandy on his first song, and it's considerably higher volume than most flat top guitars. And I'm going to see if I can get Capo Dave to give us a little more information about his special guitars right now. Capo Dave, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks a lot, Rich. And thanks to Robert for playing the Dandy in that first song. And I think Mike Simpson's going to be playing one here in a moment or two. What's going on with Dandy guitar right now? I'll show you. Here's number 41, which is still in finishing. Right there. Doing some finishing work on that. And got number 42, here's its neck, a little bit about that, and number 43, to illustrate, the necks on Dandy guitars are one piece, mahogany or cedar, and the big manufacturers always have they're glued together. There's several pieces glued together at the top and a couple pieces at the bottom because they can't buy single billets in enough volume for as many guitars as they make. So I'm able to use a single piece of wood to make the guitars. And so this one is about to come to my favorite thing of building the guitars is shaping the neck so that that is the result. Hopefully, if you get your whittling right, and the necks have an ebony fingerboard and an ebony headstock overlay, and a little ebony button on the bottom. So that's just a little something about the Dandies. The drawing is December 21st. Good luck. Be giving away one of these guitars at that time. So thanks a lot, and switch it back to Rich. And I think Mike Simpson has got a Dandy guitar he's about to play, so you'll be able to hear one.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Dave. So listen, whether it's an open mic, a circle jam, a campfire, an open box car and a moving train, or a No Kings demonstration, a Dandy Hybrid delivers. And you can learn more about them and hear them being played on the website dandyguitars.com. And a link will be placed in the YouTube chat, and you'll also find a link to Dandy Hybrids at the bottom of openmicamerica.com homepage. So check it out and get in the game. All right, we are now moving to our interviewer's location in Saratoga, lovely Saratoga, California. We're going to listen to Mike Simpson actually play a couple of tunes. He performs, of course, on Open Mic America. He's part of our staff. He plays on Music Matters Showcase in person at second Saturdays at the Unitarian Church on 3rd Street in San Jose, in case anybody wants to go and actually see him. And South Bay Folks virtual open mic on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And here he goes right now.
I think I lied to you, Rich. It's the South Bay Folks is Tuesdays and Fridays. Daphne Ramil, another one of our staffers and sort of our queen around here.
Sorry, Mike. I said Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you'll have to change that now from Fridays to Thursdays.
Yeah, to Fridays. Well, no, sorry. Anyway, so Daphne hosts the those open mics on Tuesdays and in general, and I host them in general on Fridays. So this is a Dandy hybrid guitar, but this one's a little different than the one that Robert was playing. Robert's is the full-size Dandy hybrid guitar, and this is the maker has called it an OM, but I would actually nitpick a little bit and say that what this is a small jumbo. It's like a Trowgut or some kinds of the Collings guitars and stuff like that. And it's really loud. I'm restraining myself greatly when I play this. I'm going to do 2 songs on it. One is one that I wrote, and the other is one of our heritage songs. They have to be from before 1925. And the heritage song that I'm going to play is probably before 1825.
Wow, great.
Very nice.
stuff.
Birdie. Thank you.
Was that your song or a heritage song?
No, that's a heritage song. It's a lot of the heritage songs. There are all kinds of arguments about how old they are and where they come from, but it is my personal belief that that is, if not by original intent, certainly a bit of a a pibroch. A pibroch is a slow pipe tune intended to show off the tonal qualities of the Scottish Highland pipes. And so I've stuck to you'll hear that song played, much more quickly. But I kind of wanted the pibroch sort of sound for it, so I did that. I like to play pipe tunes on the guitar. They're some of my favorites, and I also play the pipes. So, I like to do those. This one, well, I must say I conspired with our host, who's also going to be my interviewer. And this song, he'll ask me about it later, so I'm just going to flat out play it right here. No one is moving out on the streets. It's 3 a.m. with silence hanging black and blue. I still smell your perfume painted on the sheets like memory. It's sweeter than when you. Here's that old coldness back again, tugging at my sleeve, familiar as a friend. It's slowing down the hours so this night can't find its end. Old cold come chilling back again. Sky gone rusted iron from distant city lights, and the headlamps from the highway scissor shadows on the wall. My head hurts from gritted teeth trying not to fight. My restraints save me no pain at all. Here's the old coldness back again, tugging at my sleeve, familiar as a friend. Slowing down the hours so this night can't find its end. It's the old cold come chilling back again. You played the evening perfectly, your tempo and your key. You caught me as the wind wears at a dew. I play a piano romance, running endlessly, ever jingle jangling the same tune. Each time it's easier to dance the dance. Each time I drink down the same line. Each time I know that there's no chance. Each time we cannot say goodbye. Here's the old coldness back again. It's tugging at my sleeve, familiar as a friend. Slowing down the hours so this night can't find its end. The old cold come chilling back again. So I wait the darkness out and watch for dawn, staring at a phone that will not ring, frozen by false promise, though I know you're gone, hoping for the numbness the cold brings. Here's that old coldness back again, tugging at my sleeve, familiar as a friend. Going down the hours so that night can't find its end. The old home come chilling back again. Old home come chilling back again.
Wow, terrific.
And
Rich, you're muted.
he's not spotlighted either.
I'm not spotlighted.
No, you will be in a moment. There you go.
All right. Well, should I? I'm going to keep on talking. Spotlight me when you get a chance. And so I know of your music only by what I've heard on the certain shows that I've watched and that I've been part of, and heard you play. And for me, this second song is so not what you normally play. I think of your songs, and I'm going back and listening, and they're all kind of like, your originals. They're like old standards, and they're kind of jazzy. And this song was so, gosh, kind of a folk tune. I mean, it was a great song. I love this song. And as I was listening to it, I said, so my question to you is this a new song or an old song?
It's fairly old, 2005 or so.
Okay. You need to go back there and write more songs like this. My own personal opinion. A great song. And
I actually have a lot of other songs that are like that. It's just when I come on this show, it tends to be dominated by very singer-songwritery stuff, which is fabulous. That's what we need, and that's what open mics very often support, and so I'm in favor of that. But my older stuff tends to be more like that, or a little bit more countrified kind of stuff. But mostly, when I come here, I break that rule. I tend to play what's newest, and I've been writing much more stuff in the jazz standards kind of field. So you're right. Your observation is correct. But I'll pick some of the old ones out and play them for you.
Yeah, you should.
Personal heritage songs,
Yeah.
This particular song
Personal
is
heritage.
interesting because this is kind of the ultimate song starter song. I was in a class with Carol McComb, and she put up on the whiteboard 20 words. And I was there in the class. It was a songwriting class, participant in the class, and so I looked up at the board and I thought, there's all these. Wow, this is going to be tough. And then while I was maundering about how tough it was going to be, I missed her saying, "Pick one." And so I thought we were supposed to use all of them. So I did. I used all 20 words in the song. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, great tune. So help me out here. Was this song? Are you talking about something that happened, a certain incident, or is it kind of life in general, or what's going on?
It's entirely a constructed vision that the words brought out in me. In a thing, and basically the picture is of a man who's waiting for a woman to call him and tell him that she's going to arrive at the hotel room that he's in, but she's so late that he's figured out that she's dumped him.
Okay.
So nothing world breaking, but
now, is this a true story, or happened to a friend?
It might be a true story somewhere. I don't know. It's just made up for me.
Okay. I don't mean to pry.
Although I must say that there is a true part of it.
Okay.
I have been in a motel room waiting for a phone call where a
Say
lot
no
of
more.
the visuals of that stuff there, what I was waiting for was for my army driver to come up and finish my interrupted journey to my new posting.
Huh.
And so this was, I was waiting for the army car to come and pick me up and take me to Fort Gordon. So, anyway,
Well, hey,
that's
you know
as
what?
much reality as there is.
There you go. One of these days, I'm actually going to come down there. You'll come up here. We'll go have a beer, and then you'll tell me the real story. I'm like,
But no.
so, okay, to the first song.
Mhm.
And I learned something today. Did I hear correctly? You play the bagpipes?
Yeah,
Oh, really? So,
why not?
why not? You know, some people play the banjo.
I
Why
really,
not?
I honestly really don't currently play them much at all. And
Well, let me ask you a question about that because um, I hate to admit this on something that that other people can see as well. You know, I always thought, wouldn't it be cool to learn how to play the bagpipes, at least a song or something, and have it part of? And I know there are rock bands who actually have
yes, there are.
bagpipe players, and I went on to Amazon. You can actually buy a starter bagpipe kit
Called a
on
chanter. Yes,
yeah,
it,
on Amazon. You can
it's
buy the whole
just
thing,
the
right?
melodic portion has no drones. Yeah.
Right, but you can buy the whole bagpipe. Those are made by bagpipe artists in China. And so when you said you picked that song and it was a song that it was originally, I guess, played for, written for the pipes, played for the pipes.
I don't know that for sure. I just suspect it because of its form. Yeah.
Right. So I noticed you did a drop D, I believe, right? Am I correct
Yes. Mhm.
on that song? So what else do you have to do, or how is the fingering different when you played that heritage song that was probably written for a different instrument? Do you try to capture all the notes, or is it difficult to do that because the phrasing is played differently on a guitar neck?
Those kind of little ornaments that the pipe player plays, you generally want to try to honor them as best you can on your guitar. If you want to hear it done by one of the guy who lives not too far from me, wonderful fellow, um, who's just a master of it. He plays pipe tunes and fiddle tunes and all kinds of other stuff. A guy named William Coulter, Coulter. He is one of the best, certainly, and it is my absolute favorite interpreter on the guitar of the British Isles music. I cannot recommend him too highly.
All right. Okay, I think that's it for me. I've learned quite a bit more about you, and look forward to hearing some of your older songs on future
Yeah.
future
get,
episodes of Open Mic America.
all right, I'll get my song spade out and dig some of them up.
All right, sounds good. All right, now I'm going to send us back to Rich. Oh, and here I am. All right, so let's move on now to the closer to the East Coast. We are going to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we're going to hear Teeyum Smith, who performs at Yonder, Hillsboro, North Carolina. Also, the fourth Thursday, Doodad Farm. Love to go there. The Doodad Farm near Greensboro, North Carolina. So Teeyum, take it away. Uh-oh. There we go.
I believe you're muted, Tim.
There we
Okay.
go. Yep.
How am I doing? All
So
right.
far, you're doing great.
Man, that was pretty, that guitar solo. That I call that South Wind in the key of D. And I'm going to have to do some Celtic stuff next time if there is a next time. But I'm going to do a silly song I wrote for my friend Chad Beauchesne, who sells mattresses in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Hey, Tim, can I stop you
Uh-huh.
for a minute? Do you have original sound on?
I do. I did. Now it's on
I
again.
thought so.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It
There
was
you go.
it was on earlier. I don't know what happened to it. Okay. All right. Is that better?
Yep, that is great.
All right. This is for you, Chad, wherever you are. Memory foam. Memory foam. It's a full-sized heartache when you're all alone. Memory foam. And this is where you can by yourselves go, ooh, wow. Memory foam. How can I forget you when my heart is still with you, sinking down in that memory foam? In the Waffle House, drunk as skunks, waiting for the sun to sober us up, flailing like ducks when we tried to dance. That waitress knew we had no chance. Memory foam. Ooh, well, memory foam. It's a king-sized heartache when you're all alone. Memory foam. Ooh, memory foam. How can I forget you when my mind is still with you, sinking down in that memory foam? Where'd the horn section go? Didn't they know they have a solo? Oh, I guess we'll have to skip that. I only got two hands. Where is that bridge? Oh, here it is. Shameless rhyme coming up. Get a grip, they tell me. Come on, man, it's just a mattress. But oh, the way you looked when you shucked off that dress. Memory foam. Ooh, memory foam. It's an extra long, king-sized heartache when you're all alone, miserable. Memory foam. Memory foam. Can't lose my obsession. You left such an impression way down in that memory foam.
Ooh, ah, ooh.
Fine song.
Oh, thank you
Great
for the
lyrics.
smattering. I live for the smattering. All right. Sorry to be, this one's a little heavy duty. the first half of the 20th century, the barber chair market in the United States was dominated by the Emil, E-M-I-L, J. Paydar, P-A-I-D-A-R, company, Chicago, Illinois. And if you lived in a small town like I did growing up, you might get a haircut on one of those chairs and see their name on the footrest backwards as you listen to all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a little pitchers have big ears moment. Penance in a barber's shop, sent here for a flat top. A razor stropped on leather, clippers in blue water, smell of cigarettes and wild root, staring down at my boots. Emil J. Paydar, Chicago. Brass words beneath my feet, raised letters upside down. It was a barber's shop retreat when the grown-up words were storming all around. Yeah, they were storming. Sometimes they could get ugly. The Cardinals lost. I'll tell you why. Half of them guys don't always try. Today they're playing against Clemente, that Puerto Rican. I tell you, he's just as black as any of them. And our taxes pay for their babies. Why the hell they got to be so lazy? Emil J. Paydar, Chicago. Brass words beneath my toes, raised letters upside down. I was only 10 years old, taking it all in without sound. With all this drugs and murder, I tell you, all we need is a little more law and order. They would let the generals decide. Them Viet Congs would just all run and hide. If we had more prayer back in them cuss word school, our kids would know the golden rule. Emil J. Paydar, Chicago. Brass words beneath my shoes, raised letters upside down. I was young, but 2 plus 2 seems like 5 all around. Butchwax at the finish. Mr. McCready says 1/5. A nickel buys red skin peanuts. I wave as the door slams. I say I'll see ya. 60 years and I'm still haunted is how it is. Just what they wanted. Emil J. Pedar, Chicago. Emil J. Pedar, Chicago.
Oh, yeah. You are Open Mic America's answer to Randy Newman.
Thank you.
You are great. Okay, let me pass you over to Mike.
Well, of course, Rich stole my opening line for you, which was I was going to ask if it was possible that you occasionally, what am I doing there? That's not what I want to do. I want to do this, and I want to not do that, and I want to do this.
You know,
Okay.
excuse me, Mike. I'm having a volume problem hearing you. So if it was possible for you to speak up just a hair.
Yes, I can
Thank
do
you.
that. Let me go to my audio settings and turn my microphone. How's that?
Oh, that's much better, thank you.
There you go. I sometimes play at open mics where I'm too loud, so I had it turned down a bit, honestly.
No, this is great, thanks.
So, is it possible that you occasionally appear to true believers as Randy Newman?
You know, wouldn't I like to? You know, but I haven't listened to like his whole catalog all that much of it. Boy, I've been listening a lot to that album "Sail Away," the 1972 classic, with political science and all those songs on it. So
Yeah.
so he's definitely a favorite.
So, where in the world does the inspiration for a song about memory foam come from?
Well, like I said, I was visiting my friend Chad, who actually sells mattresses in a place in Tennessee, and I was thinking to myself, like, memory foam, what does that mean? You lie down on it, and all of a sudden you remember all the character names in that Dostoevsky novel, It's like all of a sudden you can do calculus, if you lie on a memory foam, I don't know. It just seemed like kind of a ridiculous concept, so I thought I would take it to its extremes. When I recorded it, we did have a horn section.
Yeah, I love the little gesture to summon the band that you made. Yeah, all of a sudden I could hear the horn section. It was beautifully done.
And I was noticing as I was listening to your song that chants and dance were a rhyme in your song and mine.
Oh, okay. Well, they're common words.
There's only like so many words there are, right?
No, there's an awful lot, but yeah. And you use a lot of them. Your erudition is really obvious in your songwriting. And that second song, my immediate reaction was, I normally think that I don't know what Americana is, and I don't always think that I recognize it, but that was Americana.
Well, thanks.
You summoned the smells and the feel of the old haircuts perfectly. I had a different brand of barber chair, but I know what you mean about looking down at your boots with the name on the footrest. Yeah. That's a good song.
One thing that worried me about that song is there's a lot of really ugly language in it that I want to make sure, like, that the listener understands it's not me.
they're the characters that I'm listening to, and so I try to be really careful to delineate that as I perform it, but it's always a little bit of a worry in the back of my mind.
Right. I noticed that in the song, but I have to say I didn't get the feel that the person who was speaking was someone that you were old enough to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could always say this is the narrator in this piece was dead before I was born, or something like that to just. But I don't think you need to.
Yeah, because kind of where this came from is the line about Roberto Clemente was kind of what started this song. I had this like burning memory of this racist barber saying that like Roberto Clemente is he used uglier language than the song uses.
Yeah.
Yes. But which he was one of my favorite players. So, it just seems so ridiculous.
But I don't think there's any reason that a person as evidently broad-minded as you are in some of your other stuff that I've heard, in past times, needs to fear being tarred with that brush, as the saying goes.
Well, thanks.
To take something else from that period of time, and I think it's a very powerful song. I think I would appreciate hearing it played out more often.
Yeah, and if you want to hear it, like I played some horn on it. It's on my recording, which is on Spotify and all the others. If you go to Teeyum.
And what is the title of it?
The title of the recording is called "Participating at Last," and the artist I list myself as Teeyum Smith to differentiate myself from all the Tim Smiths in the world.
Yeah, good plan, by the way. Nice marketing, dude. Yeah. All right. Once again, you have wowed me with your stuff here, as you do every time I hear you, which I hope will be soon again. And I will thank you for your songs and then send you back to Rich.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Well, we are heading to Phoenix, Arizona. And we are going to go listen to a man who's well known in the open mic area and down in Phoenix, Arizona, and online and everything. I'm talking about Cowboy Rex. He performs at the Arizona Live Music Night, multiple Zoom shows, and a Saturday Zoom show he also hosts. But tonight he is with us, and so Cowboy Rex, take it away.
Okay. Thanks for being here, you guys. In my perfect world, Father always makes it home. In my perfect world, Mother is never left alone. And in my perfect world, a cry for help is always heard. In my perfect world, the truth is found in every word. Everyone there has a home, and no one there is left alone. People there are wise and kind. No one there is never dies, and children there will never cry. In my perfect world, a brother always makes it home. In my perfect world, the sister is never left alone, and true love there never dies, and loved ones there will only cry tears of joy. In my perfect world.
Beautiful song. Beautiful song.
Okay. Brother Billy looked at me and said, fish in the river, why, all of them are dead. I guess we're going on a squirrel hunt instead. Come on, let's get on up out here. And Sister Sally with a bread pan on her knee looked at me and said, why, all the flowers full of fleas. Can we go someplace I can make cornbread when I please? Come on, let's get on up out of here. Auntie Jane said, things are not the same. We used to hop and skip and sing all down the lane. Now her heart is broken, she's in a lot of pain. Come on, let's get on up out of here. And Uncle Eric's looking out across the land. Seems like the topsoil's all turning into sand. It's only crops and empty promise in your hand. Come on, let's get on up out of here. Ooh, so sad. So sad. Highfalutin folks are coming round trying to get our votes. They don't appear to have the brains God gave a toad. They'd be better off just leaving simple folks alone. Come on, let's get on up out of here. And I'm stuck in this little room with very little light. Terrors in the darkness and bad dreams all through the night. But I'm gonna fight this lock and key with all my might. Jesus is returning to Jerusalem one day. He'll split the sky and all the dark clouds roll away. I have a feeling I know just what he will say. Come on, let's get on up out of here. First time he came, he healed the deaf and the blind. And hard-hearted folks turned on him and he was crucified. Next time around, I hope that no one's left behind. Come on, let's get on up out of here. I hear the gravel crunching underneath our feet. Arm in arm, our little family is headed to the street. We're gonna march and sing till all of us are free. Come on, let's get on up out of here. We're gonna march and sing till every one of us is free. Come on, let's get on up out of here. Come on, let's get on up out of here. Thanks, everybody.
Great tune, Cowboy.
Wonderful.
All right. Always great to hear your songs. Let me pass you on over to Mike Simpson now.
Okie dokie. Hiya, Mike.
All right, here we are together again, Cowboy Rex.
Yeah. Too bad.
Hey, I'm gonna start with the second song.
Okay.
Just tell me about the writing of that thing.
Well, I got the tune, and then the hook came to me, and then it all just kind of wrote itself. And all the people that are mentioned in that song are friends of mine. Billy and Sally and Andy Jane. This is Andy Jane's guitar. Andy Jane left me her 12-string guitar when she passed away.
Hmm.
And then.
Yeah. Well, I wondered because it had that familiar feel that songs get when they're written about people you actually know.
Yeah.
Are all of the people in the song, have they all moved on, or?
Oh no. Only Auntie Jane.
Only Andy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I had the wonderful joy of playing that song at a festival, kind of songwriting festival thing that we do here every year. And the guy that's in that song, Uncle Eric, was the host of the little area that I was in playing, and I played that song, and I said, and somebody in this room is actually the guy that's in this song. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. Perfect World. You know, that's not an original or an entirely original concept for a song to talk about a utopian vision, in something. But one of the things that I notice in a lot of those is that they'll be going along and they'll be doing pretty well, and all of a sudden I'll hear a clunk. And the clunk is usually something that comes across as a perfect world would have this particular benefit for me in it. But this song is a perfect world song, and I notice that you speak throughout of what all have and what all do and what all contribute and what all receive. It's a very unselfish song. I really applaud that. That's some real craft to write a song like that. That's very, very cool. You agree with my assessment there?
Yeah. I do have to say that it's really hard to get through the last verse because in my perfect world, a brother always makes it home. It always reminds me of a friend of mine from a long time ago whose brother never came home from Vietnam. And I always remember her. And it always just tears me up because it's just the worst possible thing that could happen is to have, never come
Well,
home.
I can certainly see that. And the other thing about that one is it's a real hymn in its melody and the relationship to the chord pattern. Beautiful, beautiful chording in that. Really nice. How did that come about? Was it inspired by the lyrics, or?
I have no idea. That song wrote itself. It knocked on my head or my heart and said, I need to come out and be heard, and it just kind of fell on the paper, and the music came with it. And a lot of the stuff that I do is I have no idea where it came from. I don't write intentionally at all.
Right.
The songs that I do, I have actually written some songs intentionally. They really stink. So I'm a lot better off waiting for the muse to say, hey.
Yeah. Well, I think you should be very grateful to the muse, however you express that within your own personal contacts with the divine, and be very thankful of being given the responsibility for having that song and bringing that song out. I hope it gets played around, and I hope a lot of people hear it. And I hope that we see you again soon here.
Sure.
There's another guy who's named Bob Ovello. You know him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Cowboy Bob.
Cowboy
I asked him the other day what kind of boots he was wearing, and he said, and he cracked up. He said, "Well, you caught me." And I said, "Why is that?" He said, "'Cause I'm barefoot."
Well, yeah.
Which with Bob is not too surprising. What kind of boots are you wearing?
I'm not wearing boots right now, but normally if I were, they would be Ariats. I have a three pairs of Ariat boots.
All right.
Which are really, really nice boots.
Classy boots, man. All right, I'm going to turn you back over to Rich. Thank you again very much. See you later.
Thanks, you guys, for doing this.
All right. And thank you, Mike. Thank you, Cowboy. Okay, we are now leaving Arizona. We are going to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we are going to hear our last performer on tonight's show, and I'm speaking about Rich Scher, and he performs at Yonder Bar in Hillsborough, North Carolina, and tonight he's going to be performing right here at Open Mic America. So, Rich, take us home.
All righty, thank you. Thank you very much. Barely made it through the deluge, on my way to you, with the street light and your white dress lying soft as morning dew. So melt with me into this night, cast your fears aside, put your hand in mine, let the blue moon lead the way. Put your hand in mine, there's no need to be afraid. I will cradle soft your porcelain heart and keep the bulls at bay. The rain thrummed out a twilight song on the tin above, as summer wrapped us in her arms, and crickets sang of love. So melt with me into this night, feel me deep inside, Put your hand in mine, let the blue moon lead the way. Put your hand in mine, all the rest will fade away. And I'll cradle soft your porcelain heart and keep the bulls at bay. Above us, if the stars could cry, they'd beg the clouds to part, for heaven's sake to shine once more on our porcelain hearts. So melt with me into this night till the morning shines. Put your hand in mine, let the blue moon lead the way. Put your hand in mine, we'll dream the storm away. And I'll cradle soft your porcelain heart and keep the bulls at bay. Yes, I'll cradle soft your porcelain heart and keep those bulls at bay. As a love song, obviously, called Porcelain Heart. And that was on an album I put out earlier this year called Mill Pond. Since I'm last, and this is my first time on the show, I do want to take a chance to thank Capo Dave for inviting me and everyone at Open Mic America. I appreciate it. And actually, special shout out to fellow North Carolinian Teeyum Smith, who I'm pretty sure recommended me for this, if I remember correctly. And Tim, I've heard Emil J. Padar several times. It's more powerful every time I hear it, so thank you. This is a brand new song, fairly new song. It's called Demons. Mountain roads that wind these hollers, weathered barns with rusted roofs, face the demons we've been fearing. We come to seek the truth. Many tongues stay wrapped in silence, hide behind a wall of shame, built with mortar of defiance. Crumble more each passing day. Put your faith in something greater. Take a hand and hold on tight. You possess an awesome power. Step boldly towards the light. You're afraid, no need to hide it. I am frightened for you too. Days to years, no promise. Pray for grace to see you through. I can tell that you are hurting, and hope seems to betray. Trust the steps that you are taking lead to peace some better day. Put your faith in something greater. Take a hand and hold on tight. You possess an awesome power. Step boldly towards the light. I can't take this hard walk for you, but I'll travel right beside. Though the path's uncertain, I hope it's strength you find. Put your faith in something greater. Take a hand and hold on tight. You possess an awesome power. Step boldly towards a light. Put your faith in something greater. Take my hand and hold on tight. You are stronger than those demons. Step boldly towards the light. Yes, you're stronger than those demons. Go step boldly towards the light.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
Wait for the spotlight here.
Okay, on to Mike.
All right. Rick Scher, first time here, huh?
First time, Mike. Yep. It's been
Well,
great.
don't let it be the last, man.
I'll try not to if you guys will have me back.
Yeah, and thanks, Teeyum, if you recommended him. I am delighted to hear it. How long have you been writing, Rich?
Well, I wrote my first song when I was 17, some piece of garbage about some girl I was missing or something. But I didn't get serious really until pretty much beginning of COVID.
2020?
Yeah, was that when it was? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And since then it's just been pretty much nonstop. Like, even when I think I need to finish songs, I can't stop writing new ones. So,
Well, that's okay. You have to get a discipline of cycling back through to finish the stuff, or not. Then you know that those weren't to be. What do you want to see as your songs effect or result when people hear them? What do you want to happen?
just that they feel something. Doesn't have to be what I felt with it,
Right.
I'm hoping I get that across, but I've had people comment on songs that were totally different than what I was thinking about them, and that's great. If it meant something to them, I'm thrilled to death.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do that. There's a whole lot of negative in the world. I'm trying to bring some positive, even if my songs can be but pretty much downers sometimes. I still think that's a positive for people.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about sad songs, there's no reason sad songs can't be positive,
Yeah.
So, Porcelain Heart, that's quite an image. Um, Written for an actual person?
No, believe it or not, that song started nothing like a love song, and it came about. If you've ever been to North Carolina in the summer and have experienced our thunderstorms, I was literally trapped on Route 40 in a deluge, and that idea came to me, and somewhere in the next week or two, whatever I thought I was writing became a love song, which is probably one of the first love songs I've written, and I just put it aside thinking, this is crap, it's no good, till somebody I care about very deeply said, play that for me. So.
Uh-oh, there you go. I know that one. I've had that experience myself. This is nothing. Oh, I like that one best. Oh, okay, now I do too. Yeah. Hey, and you know what? The beginning of the second song, which I missed the title, or did you say?
Demons. I can't remember if I said it or not.
You know, I didn't hear it the first time, and I didn't hear it that time. Can you enunciate it very carefully?
Demons.
Amen.
Demon.
Oh, demon. Oh, those people. Okay. Yeah, I found the opening of that song very, very evocative of North Carolina, which I have been there a couple of times to watch the, as far as I know, the only college basketball program that there is in North Carolina, the Duke Blue Devils. I've heard people talk about others, but I just disregard them.
Same here.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Unfortunately, the other team's coach for a very long period of time was someone who dated my mother when they were in college together and treated her very badly, so I was unable to support anything he did. But that song, strong claims, strong concerns in that. Very much what I'm from Kansas, which ain't all that different from North Carolina when you get right down to it. You know, those claims and concerns are things that are part of what I find at the heart of country, both the music and just being country. You know, and does that feel that way to you too?
That's interesting. I mean, I love country music, not top 40 country music, you know.
Right.
But
real country, yeah.
And I guess just if you're saying it transmits these, you know, universal kinds of feelings, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hear it as a country music song, but
no, that wasn't. I'm sorry, I was confused. That was not what I was trying to say. What I was saying is that the values resonate with
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, when I wrote it, I was thinking for many reasons about mistakes, regrets, atonement, forgiveness. That's where it came from.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to say, there's one person from North Carolina that was very, very nice to me in a guitar store in Southern California. I wanted to play a song that person played, and the person at the shop said, "Oh, why don't you ask that guy over there in the corner to show you how he plays it? He plays it, and he's famous for playing that song." And trying to remember the song now. My brain is not that good anymore. But anyway, I walked over to him, and I looked at him, and I suddenly realized that something was odd about him. And then I realized that he couldn't see. And so I said, "Hi, my name is Mike. Jerry over there just sent me over to have you teach me." It's got flowers in the name. Anyway, and he says, "Well, hello, young man. My name's Arthur, and I'd be happy to teach you that song." So I found out later that he was more often called by Doc. Yeah. Anyway, I think he would have liked your song a lot.
Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a good fella. Yeah. Well, so what do you think? Are we worth coming back to?
I think so.
You think so?
I think I'm worth the coming.
From watching the reactions of everybody else, I think everybody would agree with me that you should come back, and I hope to see you again. And now I'm going to send this back to Mr. Rich Fassler. Thank you, Rich. Sure, again.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Rich. And it's hard to believe, but here we are at the end of another excellent Open Mic America show. Let me thank the performers quickly, one by one, and performers you can wave while I say your name. H. Andrew, Norm Bowen, Dennis Roger Reed, Robert Edgar, Mike Simpson, Teeyum Smith, Cowboy Rex, and Rich Scherer. So listen, remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to the music of all of our OMA performers, and you can find archives of all of our shows. I'd like to thank Mike Simpson, tonight's interviewing host, always doing an excellent job. Tonight's engineer, Laura Bordowitz, working behind the scenes to make sure that the show is running smoothly, and our founder, Capo Dave Williams. I want to thank the audience on YouTube, for the ones who are watching us right now and the ones that are going to be watching us for weeks to come. Listen, if you like this show, please, please, please spread the word. Don't keep it a secret. You can even download and print your own posters from our website and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. You can get a t-shirt through openmicamerica.com, just like this little beauty here. And Capo Dave, he's got one on just like it. Real easy. They're inexpensive. You can, make the logo as big or as small as you like. And it gives us some advertising when you're, out and about, walking around. People see that. Also, if you know some performers who write their own music, make them aware of Open Mic America, and let's see if we can get them on. And please check out your local and virtual open mics. We've listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on the website. We are always here the first and third Sundays of every month. So our next show is going to be Sunday, November 16th, same time, same station. And stay tuned for the full lineup of performers for our next show. So at this point, I am going to ask all of our performers to make sure they're muted and wave. And I am going to say, good night, America.